Hello, and welcome to another episode of my Alpha Centauri Let's Play. This is Northstar. Hope you folks are well. For those new to this series, welcome. New to the channel, also welcome. For those returning, welcome back. This series is pretty long, and you can check it out from the beginning. I'm sure someone will want to watch this first. I'm playing as UN Peacekeepers here. Last video was cut kind of short because it was off to an Age of Wonders 3 multiplayer. Let's Play with Joe. He's had more time this week than usual, and so I've been trying to get lots of videos in. Keep up the buffer because later this month, which is June, I'll be traveling, and then I'll be likely with my long COVID for a couple weeks after, too exhausted to do more of those multiplayer Let's Plays. I'll try to do what I can, but who knows, I might not have time to really do well enough with this that I wouldn't be kicking myself for playing terribly. Maybe I'll find something else to do, like my Mountain Blade series, where you can never really go wrong with it, or start my Morrowind one using an old save. We'll see. I have been thinking about refugee relief here. I guess I'm just have to drop agency from a lot of names of the upcoming stuff because there's a character limit. Like this is too long. So I'm going to rename this to UN Xenobiology. I know this is the monsoon jungle, so I'm just going to erase. Have to have that in my territory. I suppose that's to stop people from griefing each other in multiplayer. But I think these are all common landmarks, so you don't add annoying landmarks to someone else's territory or erase theirs. Been thinking of names for bases. Sorry, I don't know if you guys heard that. In Spartan territory, after I take most of it, maybe UN Jungle Research, Jungle Disease Research, jungle ecology, jungle, I don't know, this, that. Maybe just other more generic names like UN Security Agency and Security Council, Security Institute, to reflect both kind of the Spartan legacy, but also maintaining control over this area with bases that I founded, sometimes by abandoning Spartan bases for the pops. Just build lots of colony pods and stop the bases from growing, or at least heavily prioritize minerals. It's funny that people talk about foresting the monsoon jungle, because no, I think there's +1, so I think it's 2-2-1 tile, whereas the mine is a 2-2 tile. But you could add a farm and have 3-2 tiles here. So mines can still be, I mean, forest mines and still, farm mines can still be better once you get gene splicing, which I have. The Spartans don't, but the AI kind of might be planning ahead. Still, they could have done forest and then always redevelop the land with mines after getting gene splicing. That's actually a better strategy. Maybe Energy Institute here in their playground. I won't be renaming Spartan bases because that actually just makes the Spartans angrier at you if you haven't assimilated, but banning bases doesn't come with a penalty. Sorry about the cough, but refugee relief, I've done the math in my head many times. In 7 turns, roughly, I can get this base to size 4, 8 to size 5. When it goes to size 6, it will need either a police unit or rec commons to maintain golem age. When it gets to size 8, it would need both, and I'll need up some psych spending on top of that. That's because only 3 content or happy pops, that is, workers or talents, middle or upper class, I don't know, educated or highly educated, anyways, privileged or normal privilege. There's a lot of ways to understand the classes in this game, but well, your first 3 pops, and if I run a doctor at size 7 or 8, easily a 4th, but it still leaves at least 3 pops that I have to make from drones to workers, and that require both a police and a rec commons, or a scout patrol and a rec commons. So that, and then I could go into a recycling tank, but probably should just go into a former afterwards. Get this done as quick as I can, because I'd want to get the formers done quick. Let's see. Just these 2 nutrient-rich tiles in the base can give me 13 nutrients, so I'll be running some... Well, no, the rec commons, if I get done early enough, I won't have to run any doctors during the growth phase or after. Because 3, 5, 7. What am I saying? No, actually, I may still need to run some doctors during the growth phase, pop boom phase, but not after. Although I can delay that with the rec commons, or reduce the number of doctors I need. But anyways, I won't need to keep the base from drone rides, though, even at size 9. The doctors. But anyhow, so I'll have a shortage of tiles to work, which means forests, lots of forests. Farm mines might theoretically be better at this point, but there are a lot more former turns, and there's a former shortage here, and I can always, and will, redevelop forest lands later. People get in the habit of, oh, forest and forget. No, forest and redevelop is usually better. Forests early when you're short on former turns, and you got the surplus turns, you come back and redevelop forests into something better. I may need to also do like a solar panel here. I need energy to run into psych. Is there a flat tile around other than that one? No, not really. I drill a borehole, but it would still be the same 2 energy as a solar panel. So probably set up some solar panels around here, because I really need the energy income, and a lot of it go to inefficiency. In fact, I'm already suffering on inefficiency out of just this very limited amount of energy income. It looks like it does psych first, then econ, then labs, I guess. I only need 2 psych points to boom in the space all the way size 9. I calculate out, because I can get 3 talents from the Human Genome Project, and my special abilities Peacekeepers, I only need a 4th, because I need to be in pop boom at size 8 to reach size 9. So need to be in golden age size 1. So I think I only need 2 more energy, maybe 3, because it might do econ first, that aren't going to efficiency. It was about 4 or maybe 5 more energy in total raw with waste. 1 from that, 2 from that. So to be safe, I need a couple of solar panels. And then other than that, forests, even on the rolling tiles, probably. Let's see here, I'm doing a farm condenser, creating a high nutrient tile. Space needs to boom, it needs at least 3. surplus nutrients. Its growth queue is already full too, though, so I don't know if it'll lose the queue. I mean, if it'll nutrient stockpile empty not when it grows, or if it'll just add a row, not be empty. 332 or wait, why is there a difference in lab points? 3 econ, 3 lab. 4 econ, 2 lab. Why are there fewer lab points when I were at the forest? That's weird. Anyways. So it shifts from a point from labs to... Oh, it's because it goes heavier on the psych. Okay, that's really weird. But yeah, it created a psych before labs. Shifts a lab point to psych. That's not useful. I'm not sure an extra econ point is worth an extra nutrient in even the stockpile, so I'll leave that be. And the lab point is probably more useful. It's definitely more useful on a site point that goes to waste, because only multiples of 2 are useful. Oh, I'm already doing condenser on the top of the hill here. Well, that's not the top. This is the peak. That's right. So I'm going to have a bunch of rainy tiles, two nutrient tiles. Yeah, I'll just probably set solar panels up on these 3, and then forest the arid tiles, rather than do the work of more condensers. This is rocky, so there's only 2 other. Well, no, what am I saying? Yeah, only 2 other tiles, since that's where the road is. So yeah, a couple solar panels. I was doing press agency next, because the nutrient resource. Another place I might forest and then redevelop later with condenser farm. I'm really getting short on farmers as it expands so rapidly. Give me a sec here. Okay, what I probably want to do is scout ahead. I was thinking of sending the colony pod around here, but actually I should send it through the rocky tile, because then this is guaranteed that the scout patrol can get there. Keep an eye out for mine worms that slither into one of these tiles between turns. So this guy's in the base. Could defend the calling pod, which is probably about just as valuable, and there's a former stack, but in a base there's the defensive bonus for infantry, which will be useful. Also, a scout patrol could get support from here. Might as well. Even under democracy, I still get free support for 1 unit. Now allow me to progress on the formers in World Food Program, which is always useful. Direct comments here to help the space boom. Formers. Children's creche. Why don't I just do this? Oh, there aren't a lot of really high nutrient tiles in range. So running lots of doctors, not. 2 energy. A nutrient, 2 minerals. This would get a by the time I would have finished the creche, I'll be size 5. The base, I'll lose the golden age again, won't I? Yeah, I should just finish the stupid creche. Alright, or if I just need a golden age, give me a moment. Alright, spend a moment looking around with bases. I am kind of investing in too many facilities, not enough. Not enough energy to keep up the production rate, so excuse me. Instead of a children's creche, to allow this to grow all the way up to size 9, even without a drone management, but I would still have drone issues after size 6. I should probably do stuff that'll suppress drones and so I'm gonna try. I don't know if this is gonna mess me up, but I think I was thinking about hurrying and then switching to a police infantry, but that seems like an exploit to take advantage of cheaper hurrying. Plus, you may not be able to change production. Let's see if it even works, because I'm curious. Because I plan to do it. It works. It's also almost certainly unfair.
Request confirmation.
With 6 to go, 26. Oh, it might actually be the work either way. Nope. Costs 1 more energy to do it the right way. 9 energy. I'll do it just so I can live with myself, because I try not to do exploits.
Request confirmation.
Boom. 1 more energy. I mean, even 100 instead of 101 this way. But yeah, Police Infantry at Forest Agency. By doing that, pay 9 energy for 2 minerals, which I normally consider a mineral when doing units to be worth about 3 energy at this point. Maybe a little less because I can't always even maintain that rate, but yeah, 3 or 4 extra energy I'm paying for working force totalitarian sooner. Definitely worth it. I'm getting a colony pod done sooner too. Heck. You know what? Oop. I have a better idea.
Request confirmation.
Pretty sure the last one's only 4 energy, and the rest are a mix of 4 and 5 per mineral. Instead of paying 9, pay 22. Yep, to buy 3 more. Let's pay 13 for 3 more minerals. And that, so that, no, that's dumb. Yeah. That's dumb. Give me a moment. Yeah, a colony pod, you can't, I mean, it costs 3 rows, and I can't hurry until it's
Request confirmation.
Until it's got 10 minerals accumulated. So I'll do this. It'll be 4 minerals, and then 3 the next turn while I go into Golden Age, and 3 while I grow the pot, but you don't get the yields till after that, and I can rush hurry the colony pod at a very high price, or yeah, I say very high. It's like 6 energy per minerals, 6.5. It's pretty pricey. I can consider it. Or at that point, maybe I could swap before I get above 10 minerals and retool penalty into rec commons if I really want. But yeah, I need police. Police with their supposedly less lethal, non-lethal methods, at least less lethal. Although police abuses of power are far too common in our own world, and I doubt they would be any less on planet. Unless their society is so radically different that police abuses of power were somehow solved. Police brutality. Still, better than using military as police, which unfortunately we're on the verge of here in the US. I'm recording this. It's June. Trump is already doing that in Los Angeles, and there's a threat he'll do it across the country. I suppose by the time this has happened, it'll either have done that or not. There'll still be the illusion of democracy in the US. There is, or there won't. There isn't really democracy, but there is the illusion of it, which is at least helpful for keeping the peace. He goes full on fascist dictator. There's no reason people won't start engaging in the actual kinds of violent insurrections that he's saying he's trying to prevent or control, but that aren't really happening because then they'll correctly say that they're not represented by the government, that there's not democracy in the U.S. anymore if they're soldiers ruling the government illegally, basically, because the president does not have the authority to just declare martial law whenever he feels like it. Only way it means he can do it legally is by invoking the Insurrection Act, and that can be overthrown by a judge. It has to go through judicial review, or there has to be an act of Congress. But to just unilaterally do it, and that would probably snowball all the way to canceling the midterm elections. So, I mean, violence is a terrible thing, and I'm not condoning it, but I'm saying things could get very unstable if he does that, and it's completely predictable that it would get that way. I mean, does he really expect Americans to just roll over and accept the loss of democracy. I suppose that's possible that could happen. Possible. Not super likely. I could do this for a turn. A doctor. Maybe swap off a force to from 7-6 to still 7-6 for the Econ Labs. Oh, but there's a mineral shortfall. I'd lose the unit. Over. I'll have a chance crash done. Headquarters at least. Because of how expensive colony pod minerals are to rush. I want to fully rush that anyways. Still more expensive than on the police infantry. Need 70 energy to rush at UNHQ. There's enough high nutrient tiles around Civil Rights Agency. I probably don't actually need recycling tanks here. I do need a police infantry. I think there's a nearby scout patrol I can repurpose. I'm actually running out of scout patrols that aren't actually off doing scouting or a little bit aiding in mineworm hunts. Around here, some of these are already getting repurposed. Which is good. Scout patrols aren't particularly cost effective for scouting or hunting mineworms. Unless I'm transferring them overseas, in which case the risk of the transports getting sunk is high enough I'm willing to use them instead of recon rovers. Sunk by Isles of the Deep, of course, that is. Yeah, so I can just use Golden Age booming at Civil Rights. It's cheaper than a Jones Crash or anything, and they'll be fine without recycling tanks for now. The completion of police infantry, they'll start to go into Golden Age. I don't remember if they'll instantly do it with unit training, the order things proc, or not, but then I'll have to assign more pops to work food instead of minerals. It's probably worth rushing that. And monitoring agency. Okay, they even don't have a lot of minerals to spare. They're close at the front. Those would be better used supporting combat units. They might do a Red Commons, but well, they already have police infantry now. So yeah, Red Commons, recycling tanks, missile squads. Problem is I lack enough energy to rush the Children's Creche and the Red Commons. Anyways. Oh, this recon rover is not. It's worth noting, police infantry provide a minimal level of protection for bases as well as policing, minimal level protection against mine worms, as well as policing the base. Let's go to size 4. Then I'll drop out of its golden age. Police Infantry complete and go back in. Fun. If I could work a doctor, I could prevent it from dropping out. Kind of like I'm doing Mountain Command. Size 5, bomb modify will be 2 talents. Yeah, that'll be fine. It's not a 3 nutrient tile. Oh well. Defense command won't. I mean, they don't boom till after they've been golden age for a turn. So I guess they don't need the 4 nutrient tiles just yet. Boom. That. So I can do this. So base will grow and not lose its golden age. Because Secret Project doesn't do anything with the specialists, it's worth noting, but the Human Genome Project, but when it grows it will. So it'll go from 2 talents to 3, actually. And a doctor. This would be talent worker drone, because this will come out of, then the site will make it talent worker. Yeah, 2 talents and a worker. Anyways, and a doctor still won't lose its golden age, so it can grow all the way to size 5 real quick. Which case, hmm. 2 energy for a mineral and a nutrient. I mean, 2 energy for a nutrient? Maybe. It's actually the wrong comparison. Still. Same trade-off. And 1 energy for a nutrient. Hmm. I'm not sure if all these spare nutrients do anything. I'll have to check back on World Food Program later. But the mines are available, and they'd be available regardless, so. Keeping up the booms. This is not in a golden age, so there's no reason to. I know it needs to go into golden age. Right. Not sure I want to work this 3-1 tile, though. Oh. With all the psych. Let's go back into golden age despite not having a doctor. That's perfect. Because the psych slider, I don't need to work these things. I don't care about the nutrients that much. Probably shouldn't care about them here either. Righty then. Boom. Boom. Now, needs 2 nutrients. I'll just barely get that this way. Eco damage. I did not notice that before. Working the mines is worse for eco damage than not working the mines. 3-3. Still 3-3. Same nutrients. No eco damage. Okay. So because of eco damage risk, I'll do this. Psych slider's helping here. So boom, get another mine worker. Boom again, get another mine worker. Police infantry will be necessary, but not immediately available. Oh. And yeah. Shoot. Jones creches are not an effective way, cost-effective way to pop them anyhow. I'm gonna change this to a recycling tank because it'll help enable me to run doctors at UN headquarters as need be. Because I can rush
Request confirmation.
this. and this.
Request confirmation.
They both cost 52, so it's 104. Just need to find one mind worm to make it work. Why do I have fungicidal formers at UNHQ? Shouldn't these be normal? Where am I hoping to remove fungus? I must have produced them outright somewhere. Oh, yeah, World Health Organization. Not sure that was a good idea, I'd say. All right. Ooh, this unit's damaged. 5% a bet to Forest Agency. Nah. Or Mountain Command, its home base anyhow. Yeah, that's probably not. Terrible. Oh, Forest Agency is quicker. Well, Police Infantry Forest Agency can go back to UN headquarters, I guess, to help pop boom that base. Recycling tanks. So potential work doctors. Actually, I don't really need that. Shoot. Oh, I'll just do a formers unit. Good old reliable formers. Them not even in a crunch. Waiting for monitoring agency to enter its golden age. Just got a police unit. If I can run enough doctors. Nah. I can do a rec commons here.
Request confirmation.
Have enough energy. We need to run a doctor at UNHQ. Single doctor in order to go into a golden age. Let's wait for the police infantry from Forest Agency. One, two. Yeah, it's only 2 tiles away. Same distance as silver in 2 turns away, 2 years. Same distance as Civil Rights Agency. All right. Police Infantry here. I can help boom this base for a little bit. If I want. No. No. If I'm going to send them to headquarters, then I'll need a doctor here. Should stay in its boom next turn anyhow. The base, that is. I don't care much about nutrients then. La la. Base isn't going to slow grow anytime soon. I do care about nutrients for sustaining bases, so I do terraform for them, but I don't care about working the tiles until I need them. Not when I'm pop booming. To explain that. One, 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 two, two. Same amounts of commerce. Oh well. Guess no reason to work that. Except the defense command, I want to work a forest. Like this soon. Boom. This way it'll be easy to see what I'll work here next. And I think labs and econ is, yeah, this base isn't gonna be able to get up to 4 psych or 2 without the doctor. Not quickly anyhow. Oh well. Still might be the best tile to work for the lab point. Oh, couple turns.
Indigenous life form.
Oh, so much for, well, why does it think, no. This is the only way I can attack it this turn. Recon River destroys a mine worm. Take a 1/3 chance to gain a forest agency a turn sooner. Useful, if it makes it. Nice, it did.
Terraform complete.
Go to terraforming commission this way, so I don't get mine worms that could come on the river. This river will go back for repairs. So much for patrolling the upper part of the river for mine worms. Planetary Trust and Headquarters both got minerals. Oh. I can do this. Don't need the doctor. And this. And there's enough psych points to not have a drone, but more importantly, the police infantry will be completed, which I do believe will prevent losing the golden age. It could be wrong. Then a colony pod. Still need that. And headquarters. I didn't realize that those minerals when I swapped into farmers, but that's a good thing. I did because I wouldn't have been able to retool if I had not done that sooner.
Request confirmation.
Sure. Spend 6 energy for more overflow. Strip the fungus there. Complete a farm there. I think it was a forest. It's now Rolling Rainy Farm. Nutrients at Mountain Command for whatever the heck that's worth. Of course, that hurts. Psych income. So actually, do this to go back into Golden Age. Need the energy. Well, I've got a couple 3 nutrient tiles to work later. Might have to swap into a doctor next turn to stay in the Golden Age, but as long as I can work tiles instead of doctor specialists, better. Well-funded healthcare instead of well-staffed healthcare system, I guess.
Request confirmation.
I might consider that just for the overflow into the colony pod. Where else did I complete stuff? Stripped forests. Looks like. Certainly wasn't there. Wasn't there. Somewhere, a former assigned to UN headquarters finished a removed a forest. I just don't know where. Oh. Condenser? Another river condenser? Yeah, because this was a forest one. That's where. Which is also why Mountain Command had to work more river tiles to still have enough energy. Nah, the one that finished it was assigned to UNHQ. I may have trouble booming this without working a... What I have to do is swap off of a forest and work a doctor. Maybe I want to farm here. Give me a sec. Yeah, okay, I had to think about it for a second. I do want a farm here. Short term, I want to farm so I can boom this space without having to work a doctor. Longer term, it's iffier, especially because I could get a forest condenser, which is a really nice tile once I get tree farms. But that's not too much longer after that till I get engineers, which makes specialists worth it again. Preferable again, the condenser farm. A flat condenser farm on open tile, there's no way. I definitely want a forest condenser eventually, but on a river, that one energy is something of a tiebreaker. I mean, I get the one energy either way, I guess, but it's really just because of the particular way that the psych rounding goes in the short run. I'm cramming in so many bases around here. It's hard for the base to, I mean, it'd otherwise be, and this base grows in a couple turns. It will have a, also 4 psych points. That's a lot. In psych slider. Yeah, when it grows in a couple turns, mounted command. Oh shoot, that'll be 2-2, and then the psych. Yeah, I'll give a worker. And a talent, and this will be 4 talents. And a drone, size 5. Hopefully. That's why I need the police infantry. May end up needing to hurry them. After which formers unit. Anyways. Cultivate farm. Next turn that will be complete with one of these formers helping the other going south to plant a forest on that flat rainy tile. In the very longest run, the condensers will also clearly be superior for condenser farms with satellites. So it swaps back and forth whether I'd rather have the forest condenser or a condenser farm, but different tech levels situations, but in the short run, which can't be ignored, it'll definitely be preferable. Using police and all this psych energy, I should be able to boom mountain command all the way up to quite a nice base size. May have to run some more doctors though once I knock the psych slider down. We'll see. Should not be efficient. Oh no, I could be all the way at size 8 without a rec commons even, as long as I have the police infantry. I'm fine. It's good enough food to reach size 5. That'd be enough for size 7. get it to size 8. Or 2 more condensers, but that might take a while. And yeah, the free talent is size 9, so actually should be able to get all the way up to size 9, which is the police infantry. All right, so lots of micro here, I know. It's got to be annoying. It's got to be done. Well, sort of has to be done. Working on getting a formative press agency. There is design agency. I'm already working on resettlement. Erosion management won't be too much longer. Probably do it from Alluvial Council. Terraforming agency. Budget agency from Forest. Terraform Commission budget agency. We'll probably produce one for this. I guess that just leaves. Let's do some really marginal land out here. Marginal until the farmers do their work. Should probably actually build something northwest of Planetary Trust. The only problem is I want to raise this tile and this tile for sure. It's fine. I could build base in the raised land. One of the newly out of water tiles, maybe. I was thinking of building one here, though, if the river continues this tile. Might not. Or here. Raise this. So, colony that works monolith and a single rolling tile. Can't grow past much past size 3. Oh, shoot. I forgot about Disability Rights Agency. Much like our governments in the real world often forget about disabled people. That's... Why would I go that path? 1, 2 versus 1... to there. And then I could get all the way to World Food. Pathfinding is sometimes dumb. Yep. Of course, there's a slight risk of a mine worm popping here. But I do have a recon rover right sort of nearby. That won't be enough to... Definitely need to pull back scout patrols here and there. Sorry about the mic bumps. Don't know. I think the AI noise canceling. A couple routines of it. Well, no, it's actually just the steel sense, steel series sonar, or whatever, it has the AI noise. I don't think OBS does, or maybe it does. No, I think it has some embedded AI too. So there's multiple levels of AI that are working on removing background noises. That's why I've tested it, and a lot of mic bumps and coughs and sneezes. You don't even hear them. When I used to use Windows Game Bar, I used to get this stuff all the time. I am a little nervous about that. If we can discern sounds like that, who's to say? How long until we have AIs that are removing certain words from YouTube videos? And I don't mean like inappropriate or nasty words. I mean like political words like genocide or fascism. Say, talking about the U.S. going fascist. we're heading towards a dangerous era, and if we continue in the path of free market post-democracy, those two run contrary to each other in the real life, just as they actually do in the game a little bit. Because free market gives you drone problems due to police, and you're actually, if you can do it, which the peacekeepers can't, you're often better off free market police state. Because it'll make the drone problems far more manageable and help with the support penalty that comes with +2 support cancels out. Well, actually, I'm saying support penalty. Yeah, gives +2 police though, which cancels out most of the police penalty. Some of the police penalty from free market. It gets down to -3, so you can actually fight offensive wars and explore. Which is a little bit of commentary from the game devs. It's clever and well hidden. I don't like all the commentary they hid in, but that's accurate. Capitalism tends towards fascism, towards police states in the long run. At times it synergizes with democracy, but in the longest run, no. That, or at least a prison industrial complex. I punishment spheres in this game. I'm sure some of you hate me saying this, but it's true. The truth can be hard at times. Capitalism is not a good system. It's not the pure freedom people want to imagine it is, because Cold War propaganda. And I'm even preparing a farm here for when I have a base here. So absolutely, that was what I was going to be doing. I think I forgot about it until now. There's no road there. Nope. That's going to eventually be a forest condenser. I get this back onto the road network. Mist guard the stack. When it's on the forest, actually could just guard this conformer instead of, but here it's at least got the mobility to go wherever else it might be needed. It's optimal location in a lot of ways. Think about this forest road. I think about the road before the forest to hurry farmers to the borehole site, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. I don't remember exactly why it was built. The road will definitely be useful eventually. But right now it just looks like a dead end. Maybe eventually this flat and moist tile gets cleared. It becomes a base site. Instead of here. Nah. Or with Centauri empathy, I just build a road through the fungus, which can be done. Very low chance of my worm spawning on fungus roads as long as you stay on the road and aren't approaching it orthogonally to the road. You'll get a 1/27 chance of my worm spawn, which is 1/9 on a river fungus tile and 1/3 on a normal fungus tile. So this farm's about to be done. Disability Rights Agency really just needed a farm. For 3 nutrient tile. But oh no, the condenser would be useful for all this too. I got nothing better to do with this transport, so I'll put it here. It's guarded by a scout. And it can quickly make its way here. Next turn. Work to World Food Program and get the colony pod. That'll just barely made it there and bring it up at north a tile. Which is not actually super useful. Maybe not. But this has its uses. Its current location. Couldn't just get the transport maybe back to the front or pick up units from here. They get damaged and need to fall back. Quick. Like Scout Patrol. Alright, hour and 11 minutes, so I'm just about done with this video. I think this former tried to enter the fungus and failed. That's why it was on the rocky tile. I could Golden Age Maritime Command, although I wouldn't be able to keep it in Golden Age. So I wouldn't be able to grow. Segment tanks at least help store nutrients for when that cancer eventually gets overgrown with a forest. Oh. Remove fungus and terraform level. Take the same number of turns. But there's no turn spent moving to fungus that could spawn a mine worm, which I have no defenses against. None at all. Could go here and stack with this former to speed up that rolling rainy tile. There's instantaneous, well, not instantaneous, but there's benefits very soon from getting a farm done here. I'm not going to mine it. I mean, sure, I could set up a mine and get 4 minerals eventually. Or I could do a farm condenser, get 4 nutrients and a mineral. I have to level it. And be able to sustain larger populations at the bases. And work more forest tiles in the long run, which forests are superior in many ways. And more boreholes, which are definitely superior. Heck, if I was going to work a no nutrient tile, I'd just do a borehole. It's 16 turns. I guess it's more because it's not leveled. I swear it was quicker elsewhere. Maybe that was the speed even. Maybe I have it wrong. Maybe it's 16 turns even with the weather paradigm, but 10 more in a mine, but far more, basically more than twice the value from the terraforming. Since the labor work a mine or a borehole isn't free, or to build a supply car, which people really overvalue because it's 30 mils for a supply car, you could build a colony pod for the same price. Yep. Terraform level. This tile is also at a height of 1754. I'd have to terraform down to do a borehole. Okay, I'm just gonna level for sure. Clear the rockiness down to rolling. Could do a farm solar, but it would be moist, so I don't think so. Even though I'll have a condenser here, and it'll eventually be rainy. This will be a forest. This will be probably another condenser farm. Maybe a farm mine eventually. Since tree farms are expensive as heck. There's not many forests here, especially with the water tiles. Though I won't have many forests. Oh yeah, that flat tile can just be a borehole, as could that one. That could be a forest. Forests can overgrow monoliths, it's worth noting, which can also disappear eventually. Anyways, condenser farms are often better, even if in the long run they're a little less productive. Or well, no. In the short run, they're better because you get your pops up quicker. Then a little bit longer run, they're better because, then the very long run, because satellites. In the medium run, you can work more boreholes. People overvalue just pure forest and even overdo it in just terms of it. The smarter ones mix condenser farms and forests so they can work all the forests, but quicker. But specialists have real value. So instead of popping down network nodes freaking everywhere, you just have a couple bases that have a bunch of science specialists, and you put the network nodes there. Much less infrastructure costs, stronger military. Okay. This was on its way to pick up the alien artifact here, that's right. I was going to drop it off here. I also need a scout patrol to guard it there, just in case, I guess, of mind worms. These are both from Mountain Command. Support from Mountain Command. Interesting. Shoot. Could do a former, but I actually might need a police infantry so I can boom this base. Condenser be done in 4 turns. Yep. Boom it. I guess I can work 3 nutrient tile immediately. Maybe work a lab specialist before long. Maybe not. Formers. There's not enough tiles to work there. But yeah, I could send this guy back and he can act as police notions, dude. That's a smart move. Why build the former? Getting longer off to cut this, so I'm cutting it here. Wish you folks all the best. Take care of each other. Oops. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourselves.
Please don't go.
And may you always find guiding star lead you home. Until next time, it's Northstar. Adieu.